stop arguing over insignificant things, right? Because this is what just saps away your time, saps away your energy, and it's so pointless, right? Because there are things that people might say that maybe goes against what you think, okay? That might be untrue, okay? But if it's insignificant, what's the point in battling that person? What's the point in trying to break a relationship? What's the point in wasting time when instead you can be doing something far greater? Okay, and instead what we actually want to think about is the idea that finding common ground, that agreeing is the best way to allowing your idea to move into another person's head. Okay, it's actually something that I learned from the Diary of the CEO, right? To find common ground and then build on that. Because as soon as you say to someone, as soon as someone says something and you just say, no, I don't believe that, I think you're wrong, right? They are going to completely shut off to your point of view. And that's when you get in that argument. That is when you argue about that insignificant thing. That is when you waste time. That is when you just waste your energy. That is when everything just falls. Right? But if someone says something and you just go, you know what, sure, if you believe that, that's great. You know what I mean? I see where you're coming from. That's something great to say. I see where you're coming from. Right? I see why you believe that. Okay, and mine's similar, but like I believe this. Right, that is when you can find that common ground. But again, sometimes that's probably good for bigger things, right? If you are in an argument a little bit, or you're talking about something that is more strongly associated with your higher beliefs, right? Your more ingrained beliefs, right? You know, about religion, about just like worldviews, things like that, just, you know, sensitive sort of topics. That is when you can be more open to having an argument. But in that argument, that is when you want to integrate this idea of agreeing, of finding common ground, so that that person is actually open to hearing what you're saying. Because as soon as you say no, as soon as you say, I think you're wrong, that is when they're just going to cut off. And you've probably seen it in your own life, okay? That someone says something and you say no, and then they say, no, I don't think I think I'm right. And then it just keeps going back and forth. You get nowhere, right? But if you find that common ground, if you can take this psychology, sort of lesson into your life, right, into the conversations you have, that can actually truly be transformative. Okay, and again, going back to the main point of the video, sometimes if there's just a truly insignificant argument, just go with it, right? If it's something that really does not matter, about something you did, for instance, say, someone told you to do something and you didn't do it, and you have a reason for it, but they're saying, oh, you're lazy or something. Just say, you know what, if that's what you think, sure, but I know inside you that you had more important things to do, but just let it go. Because it doesn't matter. Okay, it does not matter. And even if they say that, it does not matter. Instead, just go and take that next action. Okay, don't waste your energy on that. Instead, use your energy to positive things. Because again, the little things compound. Little arguments here and there about things that don't matter will sap your energy. And you won't be able to perform at the things that you really need to perform at. And so just get rid of it, right? And even if you say, okay, that's what you think, but this is what I think, that's another great way to think about conversations as well. And so this is all just about when you're in arguments, right? The main point I'm trying to make is that when you're in arguments, if it does not matter, don't make it matter. I just let it sort of go, because no one will remember it, okay, at all. If it's something insignificant, no one will remember it. And at the end of the day, only thing you're doing is wasting your own time and your own energy. Okay, so let it go. But if it is something a little bit bigger, or a pretty decent argument, don't disagree. Instead, find common ground. Okay, say, you know what, I see where you're coming from, but this is what I also believe. Okay, and that is when they're actually open to hearing your idea, and that is when they're more likely to agree and adhere to the belief that you have. So here's just a couple of little things to think about in conversations. Don't worry. Okay, do not worry. That's one of the main things as well. Don't worry about little things that don't matter. Yeah, just in life in general. This is for conversations. This is also just for life. Don't worry about little things that do not matter. Okay, focus on the little things that do matter and that will compound. Don't focus on a little argument here. Okay, a little thing that happened there, a little thing that happened there. Instead, focus on the little positive habits that you can take from here to your goal. Focus on the daily going to the gym. Focus on daily praying to the Lord, seeking Him, growing in your faith. Focus on daily working on that business, studying. Okay, focus daily on moving towards the goals, not the things that do not matter. Okay, so, and ultimately when you do this, you will truly be able to improve through Christ and renew your entire life. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe so that more people can see content like this. and grow in their own lives. And have a truly blessed day, my friend. Amen.
Yo, I cannot fail if the Lord's with me. Same way if the Lord's with you. Exodus 14 verse 14. I need to be still when the Lord comes through. That's true. Not gonna be easy. Push through the pain like a wisdom too. For real. He don't leave us alone. He gave us man's the spirit of truth.